I have decided to take the road up to the Château de Réautier. When I was a young shepherd in 1200 or thereabouts, Réautier was under the authority of the Crown Prince, the Dauphin, who had purchased a number of estates about 50 years earlier. The remaining communes, which currently make up the Guillestre, were governed by the Prince Archbishop of Embrun. This powerful churchman had further political powers that had been conferred on him by the Emperor of the Holy Roman Empire of the German nation. These regalian powers included administering justice, minting coins, raising an army, and charging river tolls on the Durance. For us shepherds, none of that was of any account. I have always pastured my sheep wherever they wandered. Either side was fine. So maybe my hand has been confiscated and walled up inside the chateau as a punishment. I had forgotten it lies so high up. I will take a cooling drink at the Fournet fountain on my way. How fresh the water is. The fountain is in the centre of the hamlet. Before running water was installed inside the houses, this fountain provided fresh water for humans and animals. It was also the hamlet's washing up machine and washing machine. Just a minute, there's a simple rule to be observed for the good of all. Wash the dirtiest stuff in the last basin. The fountain is also a place of good cheer, where folks stop and pass the time, and where they can dip their feet after a summer's day spent working in the fields. Right in front of the fountain is the oven, which is used to bake bread for everyone. Not surprisingly, the oven and the fountain are the heart of the hamlet. Drinking and eating are essential to life. In the old days, each family baked its own bread and grew every kind of cereal crop: oats, wheat, barley, and rye. In the fields, cultivation starts in autumn because winter cereals can withstand cold weather best and have been grown here. We ploughed the fields to turn the earth and destroy the weeds. We sowed the seeds of grain broadcast while walking along. A very tricky process. Good sowers were much in demand. Behind the sower, the seeds of grain were quickly covered with earth. We were so happy at harvest time, for all that there was so much to do, reaping and leaving the stooks dry in the sun for 10 days. We would separate the wheat grains by beating them with hinged sticks called flails. Then, when a great wind rose, the chaff would whirl away from the grains. What an exhausting time. Each family would book a day at the mill. They would carry sackfuls of grain to it and leave with sackfuls of flour, which they would then store away for the winter. For a long time, bread was baked only twice a year. The oven would bake several dozen large loaves at a time, each weighing 1 kilo, which will need to be protected from rats and mice. Enough to last a few months. As you can see, the oven is only the last stage in a long, drawn-out production process.